Sure, thanks for having me. So we turned tactically bullish on Monday, and there's a few reasons why we think we're going to get a pretty sharp rally over the course of the next month. The first thing is there's been significant de-risking that's been going on in the market. It's been going on across investor types and broadly across the market. You look at hedge fund exposures, they're pretty close to a 1.5 year low in terms of gross and net exposure. We've seen systematic funds reduce their exposure globally over the course of the last month. And we've looked back, and when we get this type of de-risking, our data suggests that performance is actually very strong and very consistent over the course of the next month. And then you add on top of that the seasonal factors that a lot of people were talking about a month ago, but have not really been recently. We think that still plays out. And then lastly, we think the Fed event on Wednesday is going to be a clearing event for the market. There's a lot of concern out there around it. And we think that once that is behind us, that's going to sort of be the all-clear sign for vol to come in further and for risk to be put back on.
Now, what would it take for you to essentially say that it's not just a tactical call because sentiment got washed out or because we have seasonal tailwinds here, and say that, overall the market might be headed for a good year next year? You're not prepared to go that far?
Definitely not prepared to go that far. We're actually fairly cautious on next year for a couple of reasons. I think overall returns next year will be fairly muted. I think volatility will be very high. You're going to have a combination of factors in 2022 where the Fed is going to be tightening throughout the year. And at the same time, I think likely when we get towards the back half of the year, there will be some concerns about the economy slowing down. And that combination, I think, is going to be very, very hard for the market. And I think overall valuations are fine, but we're getting pretty close to full, especially if yields do finally back up, which I would expect they would in the next 6 to 9 months as the Fed tightens.